Nothing quite beats that feeling you get when that lead vocal you've been mixing all afternoon starts to sound like that top-line polished vocal sound you've been hearing in your head. Getting there, though, can be a bit frustrating, but it doesn't need to be. In this video, I'm going to show you a super simple 6-step recipe called the 6 C's of vocal mixing that covers correction, compression, colour, and 3 other stages. It will give you everything you need to make really high-quality vocal tracks in any genre.
Hit me with one clean shot. Give it all that you've got. Aim straight for the heart. 'Cause I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you.
Let's begin with the first stage, correction. And the main form of this is pitch correction. And I cannot stress enough how important it is to make sure that all your lead vocals have good pitch. If there are too many tuning issues in a vocal, listeners may have trouble enjoying it. Also, don't forget to think about the artist who sang the song. They're going to be the worst critics. They're only going to hear the moments where their takes could have been stronger. So don't skip this part. Use pitch correction to get the very best out of their takes. Luckily, this is an easy process, especially with Waves Tune. Using your ear and the detailed pitch curves as a guide within the piano roll display, you can work musically and at a nice fluid pace. Besides fixing pitch issues transparently, which means your edits will be almost invisible to the ear, Waves Tune gives you several ways to work with it, so it can be as surgical or as broad brush as you need it to be. First, set the key and the scale of your song, and import your vocals simply by putting your track into playback.
Hit me with one clean shot. Give it all that you've got.
The quickest way to address the whole performance in one go is to select all, which highlights all the notes, and with the 3 dials at the bottom, speed, note transition and ratio, set these to pull the entire performance into a tighter tuned sound.
Hit me with one clean shot. Give it all that you've got.
You can also use these dials along with the pencil tool to get that really hard and fast affected tuning style as well.
Hit me with one clean shot.
But if you want to get a more surgical and transparent sound, put these dials to one side and focus on these ones instead.
Hit me with one clean shot. Give it all that you've got.
Now, the correction stage isn't exclusive to pitch. It also extends to reducing excessive low-end rumble, such as plosive thumps, which you can easily sort out with a high-pass filter in any EQ set below the main energy of the voice.
Take my breath away. Take my breath away.
Or correction can also be used to tidy up voice artifact noises in spaces in between vocal lines, a task made extremely simple with the single gate fader control within Waves RVox.
Sweep the rug under my feet. Say what's on your mind. Sweep the rug under my feet. Say what's on your mind.
So, correction. A critical stage that will give every vocal you work on the most solid foundation possible from which to build a professional, polished vocal sound. If you want to learn some additional ways to clean vocals, then check out our free tutorial, How to Really Clean Vocals in 5 Steps, link in the description below. Let's move on to the second C of vocal mixing, compression. Our goal here is to make vocals sound level. Using compression, you'll catch those moments when loud notes feel too strong while giving strength and focus to the softer parts that often get buried and hard to hear.
Tell me my mistakes. Take my breath away. Sweep the rug under my feet. Tell me my mistakes. Take my breath away. Sweep the rug under my feet.
When dialed in tastefully, compression gives you the confidence to set the overall level of your vocals in the mix at its fader. RVox, Waves' all-in-one vocal dynamics plugin, is by far one of the easiest ways to control vocal dynamics. It has all the settings you need preset under the hood to get radio-ready compression dialed in fast. It's as simple as lowering the comp fader, balancing the output, and adjusting comp to taste.
mistake. Take my breath away. Sweep the rug under my feet. Tell me my mistake. Take my breath away. Sweep the rug under my feet.
If you want more control, our comp delivers a wider range of settings to really tailor your vocal compression. If you want a more aggressive vocal sound, increase the speed of the attack time and slow the release. Or if you want your vocals to breathe a little easier in the mix, slow the attack down, speed up the release, and adjust the threshold.
Tell me my mistake. Take my breath away. Sweep the rug under my feet. Tell me my mistake. Take my breath away. Sweep the rug under my feet.
For a moment, let's put compression aside and let's talk about an alternative way to controlling dynamics, being a traditional technique born in the analog days. Compression is fairly static. You set a threshold to trigger attenuation, a ratio to determine how much compression you need, an attack and release to control the speed and pace of compression. But with Waves Vocal Rider, a plugin that recreates the classic analog technique of riding the fader, you get a more organic style of dynamic control, which pulls the fader down musically in strong areas and pushes it up in softer areas. By setting a target level, minimum and maximum range for the fader to operate within, your vocal dynamics will instantly sound more consistent, stronger where it needs to be, and better leveled.
Tell me my mistakes. Take my breath away. Tell me my mistakes. Take my breath away.
And these two compression methods aren't mutually exclusive. Why not try double bagging them? To really round out the impact of your vocals, start with a small amount of vocal rider to tame the most extreme ends, then add a layer of compression to glue it all together.
Tell me my mistakes. Take my breath away. Sweep the rug under my feet. Tell me my mistakes. Take my breath away. Sweep the rug under my feet.
Let's now move on to the next C in our vocal mixing recipe, colour. Now, the purpose of this section is to help us choose how to give our vocals a sense of personality, as well as how we want the listener to feel when they listen to them. Now, tone plays a big part in this. Warmer tones can feel more intimate, while lighter tones can feel distant, maybe more aggressive and exciting. Let's use the passive QuickTech EQ to try out two different styles, one darker, the other lighter.
Don't wait for me to be off my guard. Just knock me down like a house of cards. Don't hesitate and don't hold back. Just say the word and then attack. Hit me with one clean shot. Give it all that you've got. Aim straight for the heart. Oh, I'm ready for you. Oh, I'm ready for you.
I prefer the slighter lighter tone. Next, let's talk about the fourth C of our vocal mixing chain, comfort. And what do I mean when I say comfort in vocal mixing? For me, it's another way of saying de-essing. Harsh sounding sibilance in the upper regions of voice recordings is pretty common. And you can hear it as soon as you start the process sometimes, or after you've dialed in compression and EQ. Now, as a general rule, whenever your ear tells you sibilance needs addressing, should be the stage that you reach for a de-esser plugin. Here, I'm going to use the Renaissance de-esser, as the vocal I've got needs a little bit of treatment.
Say what's on your mind, like you got an axe to grind.
To target the sibilance, first select the monitor and then sweep the frequency until you start to hear the harshness.
Say what's on your mind, like you got an axe to grind.
Next, disable the monitor and adjust the threshold to taste.
Say what's on your mind, like you got an axe to grind. Say what's on your mind, like you got an axe to grind. what's on your mind, like you got an axe to grind. Say what's on your mind, like you got an axe to grind.
Let's take a look at the penultimate C to our vocal mixing chain, character. Now, in mixing, character can mean quite a few things, but in my opinion, character is all about how we place our vocals in space with reverb and delay effects. And CLA Epic is the best plugin to make those choices with. With CLA Epic, you can blend 4 very different styles of delays together with 4 extraordinary sounding reverbs. Of course, you don't need to use all 8 effects at once. Use any combination that works for you. So let's find an ambient character for this vocal so it blends in better with the depth of the music.
Don't wait for me to be off my guard. Just knock me down like a house of cards. Don't hesitate and don't hold back. Just say the word and then attack. Hit me with one clean shot. Give it all that you've got. Aim straight for the heart. Oh, I'm ready for you. Oh, I'm ready for you.
Okay, let's wrap this up with the final C of vocal mixing. And this is a double-barreled stage. Compare and check. As I've shown you throughout this tutorial, at each stage, it's really important to compare before and after. A/Bing is one of the best ways to gauge our mix process. It also helps us figure out if we've maybe gone a little bit too far in certain areas, such as pushing a compressor too hard, or brightening a vocal with EQ too much, or if there's too much reverb applied. You know what I'm on about. You can also use A/B to compare settings within plugins. And within the Waves toolbar, you can hot switch between A and B settings very easily here.
And hit me with one clean shot. And give it all that you've got.
Let's finish up with the other half of that final stage. Check. Check that your mixes translate properly through other speakers. Now, you could bounce your mix off and go check it at a friend's studio or play it through an audio system at home, but there's a faster, easier way to find out how your mixes translate across different systems using the plugins in the NX collection. Using NX Virtual Mix Rooms, you'll be able to listen to your mixes in some of the world's best sounding control rooms and monitor setups over headphones. We also have a free Studio Rec preset you can download, which makes hot switching between all of the different rooms and monitors super easy. With the NX collection, you not only get to travel virtually between all of these incredible studios, but you also have access to EQ correction. With over 270 studio headphone profiles available, EQ correction gives your headphones a better response and sonic quality. It's so helpful that really you should be working with it across your master when you start mixing, because then you'll be able to fully appreciate and hear all the details in your music, which will help you get your mixes sounding just how you want them that little bit quicker. Now, for more information on all the plugins that I've shown you in this video, do check the link in the description below. As always, thanks for watching. I'm Dan from Waves, and I'll see you again soon.